there. So for this assignment, I guess I had the luxury, if you want to call it that, of working at a school and I have recess duty every day. So this was a pretty much no-brainer as far as where I was going to do my exploring and have my experiences at. Uh, the thing about our playground is right now they're building a school directly behind it. So we're getting tons of overflow of animals and critters and things like that. So this actually was a great time of year to be exploring and marking down, as well as I'm on third grade recess. So they come from a whole different school. So this playground is new to them, so they're already wanting to explore and find things anyways, whereas the fifth graders kind of just know what's out there, so they're not as, you know, conscious of what they're seeing and finding. So this actually, I was able to kind of gather some third graders and help me find things and explore with me, and they really had a good time, and so did I. So our playground is mostly blacktop and then wood chips, but in the back part of our playground, in front of where the new school is being built, we have a grassy area. So this is where a lot of critters reside, and I currently live in Oklahoma, and I'm not sure if it's been in the news in Kansas, but we're having an invasion of army worms around the Tulsa area. And these little critters are just basically they are kind of deceiving because they're like caterpillars, but they're really bad and they eat your grass and things like that. So while we're not having a huge overtaking in my playground area, they are around and we've seen them quite a bit, more so than years past. So we found some caterpillars, or army worms as we call them. We also, on our little exploration during recess, had found a mole. And I really think that upon doing a little bit more research, we thought it was a mole family, but I think it's because they mate in April and May. So that this would have been right about the time they were having their babies, because I found out moles don't live together. They're separate. They don't live as families like we kind of found them. We found three little babies. So that was interesting, and we had to do some hand washing because while we can look, it's hard for us to understand that we can't touch everything. So that was fun. We found frogs, and actually last year I had a student in third grade who decided every day during recess it was in their best interest to bring a frog in from recess in their pocket. So we haven't had that experience this year, but I'm sure it is bound to happen with the little frogs that we find around our playground area, especially when it rains. We have a lot of crickets and grasshoppers and, the little beetle, black bugs, things like that. Uh, Something we have in our playground, and I don't know that it's necessarily in our playground, and like I said, the construction probably doesn't help, but we have found in our school before, and I mean, obviously they live on the playground. When we find them, the janitor comes and takes them away, but copperheads. So they've had two copperhead babies. There was a copperhead family last year that was living under the wood chips. So hopefully we've taken care of that problem, but we have found two little copperhead babies in the school this year. Uh, the army worms, they actually eat Bermuda grass. So that's the kind of grass that we have. And we have a couple ash trees and some red and pink crepe myrtles, which crepe myrtles are really popular around here. And then we also have tarantulas in Oklahoma, and I grew up in Kansas, so I didn't realize tarantulas existed outside like the rainforest or places, I had no idea that they could be in my backyard or the playground that we're on. Now, granted, we do spray for pests and things like that, but with all the construction and things going on, it's really hard because everything is overflowing into our playground. So I really enjoyed this experience. It was super fun, and I loved being able to get hands-on and incorporate the kids with me, and I think they enjoyed it too. So thank you.